What's good, YouTube? We back with another video, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make a beat from scratch. So in this video I got a nice little beat, and I'm gonna be showing you guys how I got the chords, what made me choose certain sounds, how I sequence the beat, how I made the intro slash outro, and yeah, basically just giving you guys a good understanding of how I made this beat. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So as you can see, I'm on Serato Studio, but that does not mean that if you're on Ableton, FL Studio, Machines, or any other software, that doesn't mean that you can't do these techniques as well. So this video is pretty much for everybody. So let's get into it. First things first are the drums. I always make the drums first because that's the easiest for me. So let me show you guys what I got. Real simple, real smooth, nothing crazy going on there. Next are the chords. Now, this is usually the hardest step for me when I'm making a beat from scratch. The drums are pretty easy to make, but then when it comes to the chord and having the melody and making something that fits with the drums, that's really where I tend to struggle at. So usually what I do is I listen to other producers or other musicians that has a sound that I'm attracted to, and I just listen to them, and usually that'll inspire me to get some chords. Sometimes I just put it aside and just work on a different beat and go sample something, because that's a lot easier. But for this beat, we got some chords, so let me show you guys what I got. So as you can see, we're on Neo Soul Keys by gospel musicians, and the sound that I'm using is Mark I Suitcase. So let me showcase the chords. Real simple. Now let me show you guys what those chords are. So the first chord that you hear is an A major 7, going down to an F major 7, down to a C major 7, lastly a G major 7, and now I can nicely just go up to the A major 7. Now these chords sound a lot more thick and lush compared to the original A major 7 voicings, which sounds like this, compared to what I'm playing. And the reason why that is because I'm clustering the chords. So basically, I'm playing the original voicing for A major 7, but I'm also adding a few extra notes. So I'm adding the 8, but I'm adding it at the bottom. And the 1, the 2, the 3, the 5, the 6, and the 7. Turn this into a cluster chord. So I'm basically doing that for all the chords. So A major 7, F, C, and G. Another technique that I'm using to make these chords sound a little bit more neo soul and soulful is playing ghost notes. So I'm not holding the 6. Now that's when it kind of gets a little too crazy. So what I do is I play it as a ghost note. And that's how I got those chords. Let's go on to the bass line now. The bass line was super easy to make. I don't really know how to explain what I was doing, so I'm just going to show you guys and show you guys how it sounds with the chords and the drums. Now for everything else. So now at this point in the beat, I'm heavily inspired, I'm motivated, and I'm pumped to keep going. So while I got this surge of inspiration, I'm trying to get as many sounds out. Things like strings or pianos or background sounds or effects and things like that. So let me show you guys what I got, and this took probably about an hour to get all these sounds together. So let's get started. After I played the bass line, I ended up playing a piano sound. Those piano chords were super easy to get. It's the same chords that I played with the the roads, but I'm doing something a little bit different, and I'm playing different inversions of the chords. If I play this A major 7 and move these notes that I'm playing to a different area of the keyboard, I'm basically playing a different inversion. But that doesn't mean that if I play this A flat and put it down here, that's an inversion. So with any given chord, there are 3 different inversions you can play. You have the root position, you have the second inversion, and you have the third inversion. I'm not going to go too in depth on inversions. I just want to let you guys know which inversion I was playing. So let's go back to the piano and I'll show you what inversions I was playing. So for the A chord, I played 1, 3, and 5, but I also added the 8 at the bottom, and that's how it sounds. For the E, I didn't play the root note, so I played the 2, the 3, the 5, and the 7. Then I played C, and I played the second inversion while playing the 7th in that chord. So C major 7, this is the second inversion, add the 7, and this is how it sounds. Then after that, the G. For this, I really don't know what inversion this is or what kind of voicing this is, but I'll tell you what I played. I played the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 6. And all those chords have something in common. They all play this one note. So that's why I play them the way I did. So this is how they all sound together. And that's how I got the background piano. After that, I copy and pasted those chords and I added a wavy LFO guitar. I don't know what the name of this instrument is, but this is how that sounds. Then I ended up getting a flute, taking out all the bass in the mids and leaving some highs, and this is basically the pattern that I got. Then I got this brass sound from Massive X, and this is how that sounds. Pretty crazy. So that's how that sounds, and that's pretty much everything that I got. So usually when I make these beats from scratch, I just get everything out, I put it on one scene, I don't even sequence or nothing, I just have everything playing all at once. Then after that, I start sequencing the beat and getting the intros and things like that. So that's exactly what I did with this one. So let me show you guys. I already organized everything right here, as you can see, but this was the main scene. This had all the sounds on it, and I played everything, and then after that, I just duplicated it, copied it right there, took out some sounds, changed some things up, and that was that. And that's how I got all these other scenes around it. So before I got the intro and the outro, I decided to sequence the beat. And I played the different patterns. I don't want to show you guys how they sound yet. I'll just show you guys for the finished product. But I got all the sounds playing after each other in a nice way. Then I got the intro and the outro. So let me show you guys how the intro sounds, and I'll tell you guys how I got that. So that's the intro, and it turned out pretty good. Let me show you guys what I did to get that. I want this intro to sound just be full of nature and beauty, and just sound just too good to be true almost, and just perfect. So I kind of hinted towards what the beat was going to sound like, so I played the original chords, and then after that I played some nicer chords towards the end of the intro. So as you hear, I have a little brass sound, which is actually the same bass line that I used, or the same sound as the bass line that I used, and I'm just playing different notes that resonate well with the chords. After that first little section, the second section, I changed up the chords a little bit. So instead of playing that A major 7, I play the E major 7, and played just a few different chords differently. So let me show you guys what I did. I'm not going to explain too much, just so this video doesn't be too long, but I can still show you guys what I got. F major 7, C major 7, G major 7, and a D major 7. After that, I just went up and played the same chords. And I also played that same brass sound just to give it some accents and kind of complement the chords. And in the end result, that's what I got. After I made the intro, I decided to make an outro, and the beat was pretty much finished. So let me show you guys how that sounds, and I'll show you guys the finished product. So let's get into it. So that was the outro. It's really similar to the intro actually. I just wanted to leave off on a good note, leave off on that perfect nature sounding, just beautiful bliss sound, and I was pretty satisfied with it. So after doing that, I put the intro in the beginning, put the outro in the end, and changed the pitch a little bit, and that was it. That was the beat right there. So let me show you guys what I got, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. So that's gonna do it for today's video. I didn't want to make this video too long, and there are some things that I left out, like some reverse sambos, some vocals that I did, and I just feel like you guys would have understood what they were already, so there was no point in adding them into the video. But I don't really have much else to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and subscribe. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.